There's a lot of ways would start this, but I want to ask you about Rui Hachimura and the performance he put in tonight. How big was that for you guys?
It was huge. It's growing up right in front of our eyes. You know, sometimes even I'm the big culprit of this. Sometimes I want these guys to be 27 right now and four seasons of playoff experience. But you get it by going through it. You get your first game in the playoffs by going through it. You get your first situation being down 0-2 by going through it. And today we were 0-3 going into this. So, but he was a big part of us on both ends of the floor. He's a multi defender. He can guard many different types of players. And I thought defensively, we need his rebounds. We can't just rely on our point guard getting rebounds. But he was good on guarding. He was good on making shots. He had a big three and had a big defensive possession not too far from one another.
And you were asked before the game about sending Ben Simmons to the free throw line, and it worked for you guys tonight. What went into that decision?
Well, we were trying actually to do it the other night, and we struggled doing it. It's on me, but we made sure, and then we actually struggled twice tonight. If not three times in the first half as well. I thought we did a good job of boxing out. That's been, that's always an issue with us at the free throw line. But if you're going to miss them, we can't let them get the rebound. And I thought that was some big plays, and then Russell's foul on him. That's how you foul. No freaking layups. That's what it's about. And but everybody, I mean, this is a big game for us. We didn't want to go down and only play 4 games in our first playoff experience for a lot of guys.
Fred.
Hey, Scott. I know a big thing with you guys is trying to make sure Rui comes out with a lot of intensity on kind of a game lead basis. He seemed to really have that, especially in the second half. When he has it going in terms of his energy like that, what do you find spurs him? Where does that come from?
We're all trying to figure things out with Rui and with everybody. This has been a season of figuring it out on the fly at times, but when Rui gets that gear, that's what we need. He's had it. It's been, choppy at times through some of his unfortunate injuries and safety protocol, and he seems to ramp up, and then something unfortunate takes place. But he's in a good place. I thought the last couple of games, he's been really our guy that's making threes. And like I said, he hit the biggest one of the night of his 3.
Yeah. And speaking of that, he hasn't been taking a ton of shots during this series, but he's made them at a good rate, specifically jump shots. Do you feel like the 3-pointer is farther along now than it was even at the beginning of the season?
No, absolutely. And the confidence level. It's one thing to shoot him, but you gotta see him go through, especially a young player. But yeah, Russell can miss 10 in a row and he thinks he's going to make the next one. Brad can miss the same thing. He thinks he's going to miss the next one. Make the next one. With Rui, he's really, he's getting confident in it. Next year it's going to be even more. But it's just, game by game, to him making shots in the playoffs, that's a huge boost of his confidence. And I have it. I think his follow through has been much better. His release is the angle that the ball goes in the basket gives it a better chance. But I think everything's starting to come together. He's still not, behind picks and step backs and all that, but at catch and shoot, I feel very confident he can make those shots.
Ava.
Scott, it seemed when you first had to put Robin in early there after Daniel and Alex picked up 2 fouls that things might have been a little tense, but obviously Robin came in and kind of just calmed everything down. But what was going through your head when your first 2 guys pick up 2 quick fouls and you got to go to Robin early?
Well, making decisions there's always the ebbs and flows of every decision you make. And the thing that I did not want to happen is start gaffing, he gets 2 quick fouls. And unfortunately that happened. And that's the thing that we've been trying to work with him. He's had, some opportunities to get away from those, and he's learning. But that's why we've worked all 3 all year long, and they've all helped in their own way. And Rollo gives us a steady hand. He's just consistent with his, his hook shot it's almost, I say it's hook-o-matic. It's always right there, and he's making it. He doesn't, I'm faster than him, but he knows how to use his body and positioning, and his speed is a good speed for us. We're used to that now, and Russell sees it, and our guys see it. But I thought his minutes in the first half, he gave us a chance to win this game. And then Gaff came back in the second half. He kind of relaxed, and like a lot of young players do in their first start in a playoff game. But I like the fact that we're all going through these experiences firsthand, and every young team, every young player has to go through a playoff first time, and these guys are done with that. Now it's just keep improving.
Matt Paris.
Hey, Scott, obviously you never want to see an injury, but when Embiid goes out, what did you make of the way your guys has kind of capitalized on that, or, you made a run after he went out?
No, we just wanted to play. We wanted to play our way of playing. We feel that we have opportunities. We have opportunities to attack, and this is the way we play. Sometimes I tell the guys, sometimes I don't know how we're going to win this game. We haven't shot the ball well, and DB had a good shooting game going, and he got injured. But we got to just do it with just inspiring effort and celebrate each other's great plays and hustle plays. And that's what we did tonight. We got to the free throw line. We were timely in our fouls. We're good in our stops. A couple of things we could have done better on our closeouts on 3-point shooters, but it was, I wasn't focused on their injuries. We've had enough things to worry about here. It's the last thing I worry about other teams. We just have to play our game.
And is Bertans? What can you say about Bertans' injury? And is this the same leg that was bothering him early on with the calf strain?
I don't know. They told me, but my mind was racing. A thousand things were going through my mind. They told me it was his calf, but I don't know which one as of right now. Maybe it's the right one. Yeah, right calf. Don't know what that all means. Hope for the best. I'm assuming. I'm not. I don't know. Just hope for the best.
DA.
Scott, what is your level of concern? Will we continue to see these fan incidents like we had another one here tonight?
Well, I think it's actually embarrassing for all those fans that do that. NBA has great fans. I've played in Philadelphia. They have great fans, and they have one knucklehead that decided to throw popcorn. Boston has great fans. They had one knuckle decided to throw a water bottle. New York has great fans. I played there. I played in Boston, but I got cut after they traded me. So New York has great fans. One knucklehead decided to spit on somebody. We have great fans. One knucklehead tried to come into the arena, and it's unacceptable. And we have to something. It's not good. And we have to banning them and this and that. What does that mean? Is there facial recognition that you can't get a ticket on the secondary market and don't shave for a week and wear a hat and still come in? I don't know if there's criminal charges, but they gotta get something on their record, and they got to get exposed, and they have to pay money out of their own pocket. athletes in that same situation. If Russell would have threw somebody a popcorn on somebody, trust me, there would have been a major lawsuit that a guy can't see, broke his neck because of the popcorn hit him. And and all these athletes have to defend themselves and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars and get their name tarnished for these fans. We love to be heckled. We love it. I mean, I love it as a coach. I love it as a player. I loved it when they heckled me for my 2 minutes. Russell, he loves to be heckled, but there's crossing the line. All of these, I mean, I didn't have a father, but my mom, she would never allow me to even think about doing that. It's a privilege to be in. It's a lot of money that everybody pays. And I know when I go to sporting events with my kids when they were young, I didn't want to hear people use foul language. I didn't want to, it's embarrassing. And we have to control that. I mean, we have to control that, but it's unfortunate that one fan here and there, it ruined it for everyone. There's great fans in Boston, in New York, in Philly, in DC, in Utah, but there's some that need to just know, you know what, stay home. Your thinking is barbaric. Stay home. We don't need you. We don't need your dollars. Just stay home. Get away from us. Let the fans that enjoy it, let them be with their families enjoying it and cheer us on, heckle us, scream at us, say we stink and, you know, you're 0 for 6, you're our best player. Keep doing that. We love that. But that, I'm glad our building and our security, that was a great tackle. I don't know if the football club needs it, but I mean, I love that. Sometimes I wish we can, you know, set screens like that, but that's to me, that was first class in our building. I'll give these guys a lot of credit because they protect the fans and they protect our players. But I love that. I love that part of it, but we got it. These fans, I mean, think about it. It's just been happening and they have no fear. They have no fear, but they got to start losing some of their money to defend themselves in the courthouse. And whatever, I don't know the law, but I just know you shouldn't be able to do that and get away with it and just be kicked out, because we all know you can dress different and look different and get into an arena.
Yeah.
That was a long answer, but I'm tired of it. We all deserve better. And Kyrie's right. You know, these players play so hard and it's such an emotion, and you love it when your players are so competitive and they're on an edge. If your players are on an edge, you have no chance to win. But when you're on an edge and somebody crosses the line, what do you think that's going to happen? I mean, I give all of our players, all of them. There's been only 5,000 NBA players in the history of the game, and most of them can control themselves. And sometimes I don't know how. They never heckled me, really. I mean, they just said, you know, a few minutes here and there because that's all I played. But these star players, they get it. Russell, I've been with them for 8 years, and what he has to listen to night in and night out, unacceptable. Their parents, they need to. I mean, my mom, I know my mom. I mean, I would have had the nearest branch ripped off and it would have been on my behind if I did something that's stupid.
All right, that's all the time we got for Coach tonight.
All right, see you guys.
Thank you, Coach.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to run out the clock. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Rui, you had been playing pretty well through the postseason so far, but tonight was obviously a different level. What led to that breakout performance for you?
You know, we are down 0-3, and you know, we actually had nothing to lose. You know, before the game, I talked to Ish. He told me, you know, we got nothing to lose. We gotta just ball out. You know, we just gotta be. He said, just be aggressive tonight. You know, I was just trying to be aggressive in both ends, defensively, offensively, and as a team, I think we played together tonight, and that's why we got to win.
Do you feel like things on the playoff stage are you getting more comfortable? Or are things slowing down already now that I guess you've played 6 games, including the play-in tournament?
Yeah, especially tonight was really fun. You know, playing in front of these fans. You know, it was crazy, crazy crowd, and you know, it's good. You know, it feels good to be, you know, those fans to be back and, you know, play in front of them, and you know, it was a big game too. So, yeah.
Ava.
Rui, not to ask too obvious a question, but how does the game change for you when Joel Embiid leaves?
You know, he brings a lot of attention, you know, offensively. So when we guard him, like when on defense, it's actually hard to, you know, guard that team, you know. But tonight, he didn't play almost whole game, and we actually, you know, defensively, I think we were playing good. It was more easier to guard him. So yeah.
Fred.
Hey, Rui. That three that you hit to make it a 6-point game with under a minute to go is obviously the biggest three that you've hit, at least with your time with the Wizards. What's going through your mind when you're rising for that, and after you actually hit it?
You know, it was a great pass by Brad. You know, he obviously he balled three defenders, and then I was in the corner and wide open, and he trusted me. You know, he trusted me, and then he passed me. So I had to shoot with the confidence, and yeah, that was a big three for sure. Especially at these moments, you know. Yeah, it was a great two.
And you're normally a pretty calm and reserved guy, even on the court. You got that tech for celebrating after the dunk on Tobias. Where'd all that energy come from?
Yeah, I got first tech, you know. I thought I would never get tech in my career, but yeah. Yeah, it was just you know, the fans were you know back, and then we all three we had a nothing to lose literally, you know. I just want to ball out. Tonight we played together, and then we are as a team we are feeling good. So I was just in the moment, you know. I was just emotional, and yeah, that's why I did it.
Matt Paris.
Yeah. Hey, Rui, you had been working a lot on your three-pointer just throughout the season. You know, Brooks and everyone just said that you needed to shoot more threes. So to seal the game with a three-pointer, how rewarding was that for you, given all the work that you had put into that shot specifically?
I think because Ross and Brad gets a lot of attention. So you know, I get like I get wide open threes, so that's why they making those shots for me. So I just gotta be confident shooting. Ross always tell me he doesn't. He said he don't care how many I miss. He just gotta shoot with the confidence, and especially these big moments. He said you gotta be ready. He says it's coming. So I'm always I gotta be ready. And yeah, just take a, I always practice, like you said, I've been practicing a lot, and just gotta, yeah, do it.
Mark.
Rui, what has been your matchup with Harris this series? It seems that you guys have gone back and forth and everything. What has that been like for you?
I mean, I was guarding, mostly guarding Ben this game and last game, so. But we're switching a lot, They obviously they are bigger than us, so I gotta be the defense guy. I can guard those Harris and the band. I gotta be the guy who can switch on and defense those guys. But yeah, he's a great player. But I watch a lot of film with the coaches, and just gotta be better, a little more better for next game.
Neil.
Hey, Rui, you alluded to it a little bit already. Russ is always having conversations with you on the court. It was seeming like he had a couple conversations with you today. What was he trying to tell you? What was he trying to reinforce to you? It seemed like even one time it put a smile on your face.
Oh, it was a corner three when after I made it, because I always like wanting to like kind of I wasn't always on the corner, so that's why finally I got a corner shot from from him. So that's why he was telling me like he's like, yeah, I told you, if I'm in a corner, it's an easy shot, and yeah, that's why I was making a conversation with him. But yeah, you know, he's a leader. You know, I was asking him a lot of things through the games, and you know, yeah, just being, you know, just communicating.
Thanks, Rui.
Yeah.
Real quick, Chase.
Yeah, Rui, I think you were on the court when the fan ran on, and obviously it's been an unfortunate trend in the NBA, fan behavior. What went through your mind as you saw that, and just what was your reaction to it?
I have no idea. I don't know what he was trying to do. You know, I think they're just excited. You know, they're just excited to come back and, you know, watch, you know, these games. But you know, they gotta be more respectful to, you know, like us, like, you know, players. It's been kind of off. Just, you know, they think they can do whatever they want. You know, it's not like they know you know, they gotta have a little more respect for us, for sure.
All right, I'm turning over to Zach.
Okay, thanks, Matt. 八村選手、お疲れ様でした。よろしくお願いします。
はい、お願いします。
プレーオフ初勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
今日会場はすごい雰囲気でしたけど、気迫の勝利でしたね。
そうですね、会場もこうやってどんどん観客をもっと集めてきて、こうやって2試合やったんですけど、最初のホームゲームはあまりうまくいかなくて、今回は、最初から出だしからいい感じでいけたので、すごい良かったですね。
今日は負けたらシーズンが終わってしまうというゲームでしたけど、どんな思いで臨んだんですか？
そうですね、もう試合前にも一緒とも話したんですけど、今、3連敗ということで、あと負けたら終わりだったんですけど、その中で僕ら、今までいいシーズンに送ってきて、こうやってみんなで頑張ってプレーオフ目指してこう入って、そこからそうですね、最後もこうやってとにかくアグレッシブに行こうということで、僕もそうですし、チーム全体でもこう最後できたんじゃないかなと思います。
八村選手は今日20得点、13リバウンドでダブルダブル。13リバウンドは自己最多ですけど、振り返っていかがですか？
そうですね、こういう大きいゲームで活躍でどれだけできる選手になるかということは僕も重要にしてきてたので、こういうふうに活躍できてよかったなと思います。
そして試合の残り40秒台にはとどめを刺すスリーを冷静に決めましたね。
そうですね、ブラッドも2、3人ぐらいディフェンスを集めてて、僕コーナーでワイドオープンだったんですけど、彼も僕を信用してくれてパス出してくれたので気持ちよく打てましたね。
プレーオフでスリーが12分の8と好調ですよね。
そうですね、ブラッドとラストはそのディフェンスこうアテンションすごい集めてくれるので、その中で僕もイージーに打ててるんじゃないかなと思います。
あと今日は豪快なダンクが確か4つありましたけど、本当に気持ちをむき出しにプレーしてますね。
そうですね、会場も盛り上がってましたし、僕も負け失うものはないと思ってやったのでよかったですね。
次はあさってフィラデルフィアで第5戦、その試合勝って第6戦ホームに戻ってきたいですね。
そうですね、今も試合終わった後、次フィラデルフィア行ってまたもうすぐ戻ってくるんだっていう、戻って試合ここでまたホームゲームやるんだっていうことを言ったので、それはしっかりチームとしてもそれをしっかりと心に留めてやりたいなと思います。
わかりました、ありがとうございます。僕からは以上です。メディアの皆さんから、2問だけ受けます。まずバスケットカウントの佐保さんお願いします。
バスケットカウントの佐保と申します。よろしくお願いします。今日勝利おめでとうございます。スリーポイント、試合を決定づけたスリーポイントは素晴らしかったんですけども、その前のダンクシュートも非常に効果的だなと感じておりまして、ダンクが日本代表戦でオーストラリアに勝った時のダンクに非常に似ているふうに感じたんですけれども、ダンクのところ、シーンを振り返っていただいてもよろしいですか？
そうですね、ディフェンスで止めたのつい多分打たれて、リバウンドをしっかり取れて、その後に僕、それを隙を狙って、していって、ラスがいいパスを出してくれて、前風にダンク決めれてよかったです。
あの時をちょっと彷彿させるものはご自身ではありましたか？
はい、
オーストラリア戦をちょっとこう思い出すような感覚っていうのは自分でも似てるなみたいなのは感じましたか？特に。
別に。
わかりました。ありがとうございます。
それでは最後に山脇明子さんお願いします。1問だけでお願いします。
はい、すいません。では1問だけお願いします。八村選手、以前に アグレッシブなディフェンスっていう話をしていた、攻撃的なディフェンスという話をしていたんですけれども、そういうのを今日すごく出ていたと思うんですが、その攻撃的なディフェンスというのに対してどのように考えを持ってやっていらっしゃいますか？特に今日は。
ディフェンスの部分ではあって、僕もベストプレーヤー、相手のベストプレーヤーをずっと守ってきたので、シーズン中も今回もハリスもそうですし、ベンもそうですし、そういうベストプレーヤーを持っていく中で、どれだけアグレッシブに自分からなれるかっていうのが、そういう選手たちを止める鍵だと思うので、そういうところは意識してずっとやってます。
はい、ありがとうございます。
はい、ありがとうございました。
八村選手、ありがとうございました。Back to you, Matt.
Thanks, Zach. Kellen?
Hey, Brad. Sorry, can you hear me? So, one of the players was just talking about, I think, sorry, 1 second. Rui was just talking about, he was talking to Ish Smith before a game, and he was saying that team has nothing to lose being down 0-3. How different was like your mentality coming into game 4 down 0-3?
First, praise my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It's tough. I've never been in this position before, so it was definitely new. And the biggest thing is, I mean, Ish was right in that sense. Like the team that's up 3-0, I've been in a position where I was up 3-0 before, and it's always tougher to get that fourth one. The pressure is usually on that team to close it out. And sometimes you become too pressy, or you get out of character a little bit, and but you just try to do everything you can to win. And it makes it tough because the other team doesn't want to get swept. So and they're going to compete and they're going to make it tough on you, which is we were fortunate to do tonight. So. But I said the last game, man, just embracing where we are, embracing, us being down in the series like we are, but it's one game at a time. That's all we can control, and that's where our focus and mindset needs to be. We're not going to win one game that equals 4. So we just got to literally take it a day at a time, a game at a time. We get our rest tonight, tomorrow, and be ready to go on Wednesday.
Thanks, Brad.
Fred?
Hey, Brad. Something you guys have talked about all year with Rui is just kind of his energy level being at a consistently high standpoint, and he was clearly at that tonight. What do you find when he really has it going from an attitude and energy perspective? What do you find spurs him?
What was the last word you said? What do I find?
What do you find spurs him and gives him that energy on nights when he really has it, that aggressiveness?
I don't know. You got to ask Rui that, but for me, we always just want him to be aggressive and accept his challenges on the defensive end. And I think those probably what probably projects him and has him. That's when he has a good games. When he's locked in on defense. He's guarding Tobias, making it tough on him. He's guarding Ben, making it tough on him. And then he rebounded the ball really well tonight too. So I think him just being engaged in all facets of the game just kind of propelled him on the offensive end and boosted his confidence. And once he seen one go in, he was making them all night. So we made it our mission and to get downhill and just try to find him. I was able to find him a few times in the second half, and he just took full advantage of it. Did the rest.
Case.
Hey, Brad. Rui made a big 3 there with about 45 seconds left, and he said that the pass to you kind of showed some trust in him. What would I guess was has been your mindset when it comes to Rui shooting threes and trusting him in moments like that?
I mean, we all believe everybody out here can shoot. We don't. We never tell someone they can't shoot or they aren't capable of shooting. We always try to instill that confidence and tell Rui to shoot more and be more aggressive, get into the basket. He's one of the most athletic guys on our team. So put his head down, get to the basket, use his body, finish over the rim, like he did a few times a night. Use his speed, getting out in transition. But ultimately, he shoots the ball well. And he shoots it with confidence. He has a great looking shot, good lift on it, and he's open a lot of the time too. So I mean, we got to get it to him, and we need those shots. We can't afford to pass him up because we probably won't get a better one, against the number 1 half court defensive team. So we just found him, he was ready. He had his hands ready and his feet were set, and he knocked them down.
And you guys employed the strategy of putting Ben Simmons on the free throw line. It was successful for you guys. I noticed late in the fourth quarter, one time he was at the line, you went up to him and kind of stopped and said something. What was your message to him?
I didn't say anything. I didn't say one word to him. I just stood there and wanted to try to play a little mind game with him. But, he's a tough competitor. We've been going at it all series. So it was just one of those moments I needed him to give me one or two of these free throws at the end of the game. And we were fortunate he gave us a couple.
Ava.
Brad, I just wanted to ask you about Davis and just seeing him get hot a little bit earlier on. What does that do for you guys as a team?
I mean, we love to see it. We're ecstatic for Davis more than anything. We just want to be able to see a couple go in, and for him to have that happen tonight, that gets us going. Because we need him. We rely on him to be our sharpshooter, and he did that tonight. And on top of that, him just being confident, just shoot it, man, shoot it till your arm fall off. So that's been our motto and our kind of how we push Davis. And Davis he's good. He's going to continue to be who he is and be the player he is and be confident in himself and shoot the ball. So just happy we were able to get him going tonight.
And kind of along that same lines, you guys talked a lot about wanting to get back to having fun and doing the things that got you to this place with the crowd, with the dunks, with everything here. Did it feel like this was a fun game? Obviously it's a win. It's always fun to win, but you know what I mean when I say that?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely play with more spunk. We play with some, it's a little bit more attitude and some excitement. It just felt like we enjoyed being out there on the floor. We enjoyed playing defense. We enjoyed getting out and running in transition. These are what make us really good, and this is what gave us success at the end of the year. So we just got back to playing, Wizards basketball the way we know how. And granted, we had our work cut out. We understand that Joe was out, and we're uncertain of how it is moving forward, but we took advantage of what was on the floor and we executed.
Matt Paris.
Hey, Brad, I wanted just to get your thoughts on the fan rushing the court. I mean, I know we talked about it in Philly, but does it seem like fans have kind of taken this, they see the incidents in Boston, in New York, and Philly, are the wrong people being encouraged by this in a sense, you think?
I don't know. I mean, the stuff that's been happening over the last week has been. We all know that fans shouldn't be doing that stuff, and obviously with today, that has no place in the game. Hell, that stopped our transition fast break, so that kind of pissed me off too. But there's no place in the game for it. Either you sit there and enjoy the game, or just sit at home and watch it on TV. So, we're fortunate nobody got hurt. And the security did his job. He did a hell of a job getting them down, getting them out of there. So we don't need that. We don't need that in our atmosphere. Let's just play. Let's play the game we've been out here to play and enjoy it, and everybody can go home safe.
Last question to DA.
Sort of follow up on that, Brad. Do you feel any less safe on the floor than you have before? In the wake of all this stuff happening, or no?
Nah, I don't feel less safe. Because I know no fan would try me individually. You can throw anything at me, but you're not going to approach me and try nothing. I know that. Mm-hmm. So, no, I feel good. I don't think there's a safety. I think, we should be protected as players because we're not able to retaliate and respond in ways in which normal human beings would do. But we have a job and career, make a lot of money that, we have to protect. So, but I would like to see the league and, some of these arenas definitely have a little bit more of a, I guess, safer and protect the players type environment, but I wouldn't say less safe. No, I think
okay.
I don't want to use my hood slang, but these hands work.
I got you.
Yo.
Sure. Rob, I know it was a kind of weird game with Embiid going out, but how did you think you and Gaff were able to kind of keep the paint tight tonight and make things a little tougher for them going to the front of the rim?
I thought he was great. Gaff was a huge deterrent at the rim obviously. He was a huge deterrent at the rim. He made his presence felt on the boards. He was moving his feet. I thought he was so good for us tonight.
And yourself?
Well, you know, things happen sometimes.
Gotcha.
Ava.
Robin, when you're checking in after the two other centers in the rotation get 2 quick fouls, does that alter your mindset in terms of like, I need to calm things down a little bit, or I need to be careful with that, the way they're calling the game? What were you thinking going in there?
Obviously, that's going to be in the back of my mind, but I think something that we talked about. While we know he likes to score from the free throw line, he likes to get some points from there. We have to be aggressive too. So you have to walk that line between being conscientious of not fouling too much, but not letting that take away from your grit.
Fred.
Hey, Robin. Obviously not the first time that there's been a fan incident in the last even week. I was just curious what your reaction was to seeing the guy run onto the floor tonight.
Yeah, it certainly seems as if you can tell those people have been in some kind of captivity for the past year and change, right? I'm not. I heard Brad say it earlier. If people were on the street, I think they'd be a lot more cautious walking around NBA players. But it's kind of wild to see the liberties that people are taking in the stands.
And on a basketball note, Rui had a really big game for you guys tonight. When Rui has these really aggressive moments, where does that come from? Where do you see him generate that from?
I think it's to me it's tied to his defensive game. I think when he has really good defensive games, it translates to the other side of the floor. He's always going to be offensively gifted. He's always going to be good off, have that potential to be offensively gifted. But when he locks in defensively, I think it takes him to another level where he's just all over the floor in all facets of the game.
Neil.
Hey, Robin. You probably know a little bit better than I do. I know early in the season, every time you wore a Japanese shirt to the game, you guys were doing really well. I think you guys might be undefeated. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Do you ever think and say, "Oh, it's a must-win game. This is what I'm going to pull out of my wardrobe tonight"?
No, I wasn't thinking anything like that. I think it may have just been, who knows? Maybe it was fate. Maybe it was kismet.
Fair enough. Thanks.
I'm sure this is a follow-up to that, Zach.
Certainly a follow-up to that, but what does it say about the mental strength of that Kagawa-san jersey that you guys are indeed undefeated with that jersey on?
I mean, even when I'm not thinking about it, I guess it's putting some kind of energy out there that's it's doing something to the team. It's proving its loyalty to the squad. And I definitely need to speak up and vouch for it a little more often, I think. Give it a little bit of its share of attention.
Does wearing that uniform into the arena also help your hook shots?
Who knows? I'd love to see the studies on that.
We'll get into that studies. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robin.
Thank you.
How much did the little things tonight, things like Rui making threes and Davis hitting his threes and you dunking, Rui dunking, all the things like that kind of pitch in to create the, I guess, physicality, aggressiveness, whatever that you guys want to call it?
It was big, we know we have a win to go home, got to scrap, find ways to be able to get a win, especially on our home floor. We got stops. That was a big turning point tonight, getting stops. I don't know what they shot from the field, but we got stops when we needed to, kind of let up a little bit, but we got stops for the most part of the game and give an opportunity to be able to get out in transition.
Chase.
What did you think about Rui's performance? It seemed like it was a bit of a breakout game for him.
I thought he did a good job of just being confident. When he plays with confidence, run the floor. It's my job to make sure I find him, make it easy for him, because he's real good. When he's active, our team is better. I feel it all year long. When he plays well, we play well. And, he did a good job of that tonight.
And unfortunately, there was yet another incident involving a fan. This time, obviously, running onto the floor. What was your reaction to that happening?
I didn't even see it. I was in the back, but when I was walking out, I didn't know what happened. But as fans, my advice is just watch the game, enjoy it. Obviously, COVID, nobody's kind of been at games or been at arenas, but we got to make sure we be mindful of this is our job. This is not a game or some shit you can just kind of just do whatever you want to do and run around and come do whatever. This is our job. Like, we take our job very seriously. It may look fun, entertaining, but it is our job and we take it very seriously. So I think as fans, just my advice is just to be watch the game, enjoy it, and sit back, whatever, and that's it.
Mark.
Russ, the Sixers made a big comeback in the fourth quarter. What was it that you guys were able to do to then take command of the game after that?
Just got shots when we needed to. They made some big shots. We rebounded the ball well. Got some stops on demand when we needed to. So that was big for us.
Christos.
Hey, Russ, how could you describe the effort and the resiliency that you saw tonight, and especially in the second half of that game?
Say it again.
How could you describe the effort, the whole effort, and the resiliency that you saw tonight, especially in the second half?
It was good from the start. Did a good job of just sticking to our game plan and making sure that we consistent in what we're doing as a team and as a unit, and it showed tonight.
And from your perspective, is it this win able to change the whole series against the Sixers?
Right now, it's one at a time. It's all we can do. We know it's win or go home for us from now on, and we just got to take one game at a time. And you can't win 4 games or 3 games in one night. Just win one, and then after that, you figure it out.
Neil.
Hey, Russ, how did the ankle feel coming out of this game? And did you feel like you maybe had more mobility compared to last game?
No, not more. Just, it's what's going to be at this point. Just try to do what I can to be effective while I'm on the floor, whatever that may be, passing, rebounding, whatever, scoring, defending. Try to do what I can to be able to help my team win.
Would you say it's like a pain tolerance that is the biggest thing you're trying to balance, or what is the hardest part trying to play through it?
I mean, it's a lot. I'm not going to sit here and try to explain it right now, but it's just a lot of different things you have to deal with. The way I play and move and jump and stuff like that. It's,
All right, that's all the time we got for Russ tonight. Appreciate you.
Yep.